Welcome to Splatalot,
where a dozen young warriors, brave and true, go head-to-head with those dastardly defiant defenders as they strive to capture the much-treasured Splatalot crown.
Will the defenders keep the attackers at bay and preserve their kingdom, or will the attackers take over the castle and reign victorious?
I see a smile under that hair, Master Skabb.
Ah! So who will tumble, who will tilt, who will teeter, and who will go?
Hello! We are your hosts, Dick and Dom, and we'd like to transport you to a mystical medieval place where anything can happen.
Yes, welcome to Splatalot. We begin with 12 attackers. They will compete in our moat challenge, but only the 6 fastest will make it through the first round.
Now, those 6 will then go head-to-head in the stockade, but only 4 will escape.
They will go on to compete in the grand final, and one of them will succeed in capturing the crown.
Yeah, now, the attackers aren't the only stars of the show.
Yes, but let's not talk about ourselves, shall we?
I'm not. I'm talking about the splats. So I've decided that we need to measure them with this. It's a splatometer.
I like it.
Well, hands off! It's mine. Here's round 1 in more detail. Welcome to the Splatalot moat. Expect plenty of splatting on the baffling barrels.
Then it's up the slippery slope and across the terrifying rolling mace. Don't forget the Splatzuka will be firing at all times.
The impossible incline is next, so expect more splats before the beastly battle axes do their worst.
Ooh, they're nasty. And overlooking the battle axes is the water cannon, which will also be taking aim across the bridge of disaster.
The perilous pole vault is then all that stands between the attackers and the finishing line.
Also standing between them are today's defenders. And remember, we don't feed them on a tournament day. In round 1, we've nabbed Skabb.
Have lots of fear! Skabb is here!
Next is the ever so naughty but never nice Nitrous. And finally, here's Ballista with some words of encouragement.
You don't stand a chance against us!
Against us!
Yeah.
Don't you just love Skabb? Anyway, here's our first attacker, Ellie.
I finished elementary school!
How about a new education, my dear?
Nitrous straight in with an evil put down. Oh, bat up your Nitrous!
And the put down leads to a fall down.
This is quite an education for any attacker.
I'm sure she's a quick learner, though.
Well, she's taking her time now.
Skabb is nice. I'll let you get to the top.
But he hasn't.
I lie. Skabb always lies.
Impress me, Master Skabb.
Whilst the defenders have a chatternatter, Ellie gets on with it. Oh, fatty tongue!
Well, if getting on with it means falling off it, then she's definitely getting on with it.
So the first impossible incline of the day proves to be Beefy Bonobo!
Up, too far.
Yes, even Skabb can grasp what went wrong there. If you're too fast, then you won't last.
Don't write her off yet. This looks much better on the battle axes. Nope, take that all back. It doesn't.
Now, what do you call that? A costume malfunction?
Her shoe! You lost your shoe!
Amongst Ballista's warrior skills, do you think she should now include stating the obvious?
Don't be cheeky.
Ellie, Ellie, Ellie! She's sort of smelly!
That rhyme was a little bit whiffy too.
Ooh, and to be honest, that motor's a bit ponging as well. Gets into your pits and everywhere, look.
Yes, it may also be the stench of defeat, as I doubt Ellie's time of 10 minutes will cut it.
Maybe we'll see you later, Ellie.
Here's our next attacker, Amy.
I'm cold!
Well, you're wet now too.
Here she goes. Oh, Abergavenny! You know, I think you can tell pretty early on if someone's going to do well on this course.
I take it you mean Amy's in trouble then?
Hi, Amy.
Where are you, my dear? We're waiting for you.
That doesn't sound good. We'll check back on Amy later, because our next attacker is about to start. Here is Sam.
Ollie, Ollie, Austin free!
He's at the mace roll.
Just think about running and across.
That's funny, Skabb telling someone what to think, but it worked. He's over the mace, over the incline.
Oh, Pishwari Narnal von Jalfrazy!
Here it is again.
Pishwari Narnal von Jalfrazy!
Here he is back on the battle axes.
Oh, no, this one's getting away. Quickly, quickly.
You may have gotten by my friends, but you're not getting by me.
Well, plenty of chatting from the squirter, but not much splashing from the defenders. And Sam's now on the pole vault.
You can always rely on this course to slow the attackers down.
You say that, but Sam's time is excellent, and we were wrong to write off Amy. So, with some lightning times to beat, here's our next attacker, Emily.
A bass player splat on me!
Lovely. I think it's just water though, Emily.
Let's hope so.
I'll show you what I have. And what I have is a weapon of mass split action.
Do you think Nitrous is laughing with him or at him?
Well, Emily's not laughing, that's for sure. Yes, his humour might be off target, but his aim is true.
Will that put Emily off?
Don't be scared.
be extremely terrified.
Well, she's brave taking on the defenders, but this usually ends in tears.
You're right, as you always say, don't talk back or you'll go Norris.
I never said Norris.
Oh dear, Emily, like all the rest, struggling on the incline. No!
First she lands on her knees, then she lands in the muck splat. Textbook.
Will it be a textbook round for our next attacker, Caitlin?
I love tacos!
Does she love rolling maces, though?
I think the answer is yes! Brilliant! How did she manage to hold on?
Well, there's a rope. I mean, she used the rope.
I don't mean literally. Caitlin now on the incline, and she's literally in the water!
Look, she surfed down.
Yes, it's literally like there's a surf... No, will you stop messing about with the graphics? Now, can Caitlin get back on course?
Oh, that's a big fat resounding no. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate splats on the way down there.
You know what that means? It's our first splat-tastic on the splatometer.
Ah!
And that's a pretty splat-tastic time from Caitlin.
Although Emily might be in the danger zone.
Here's attacker number 6, Kyle.
Narwhals!
Narwhal?
Yes, narwhal. It's a whale.
OK, smarty naffer, here's your chance. Draw a narwhal.
OK, here we go. There's tusks, flippers, and there we go, a narwhal.
That's actually quite good.
Are you scared of me? I'm scared of me when I look in the mirror.
Oh, lovely shot!
And a replay. Dundee! Skabb scary and skillful with his Splatzuka.
But Carl just shrugs it off. He's doing well on the mace and is the first today to survive the incline.
Melissa, this one's quick!
Come on, Carl, show me how quick you are.
That's how quick he is. Carl even makes it over the battle axes.
Is this going to be a splat-free round?
He's only got the pole vault to go.
Oh, connect! And thank goodness for that, Kyle was in danger of making this round look too easy.
It's still the fastest time so far, 2:10.
Yes, I made it! All right, little man, we'll be seeing you later. See if you're worthy of the crown.
Ooh, I think Carl's got the defenders worried.
So, halfway through, here are the times. Top 3 all finished in under 3 minutes. But Ellie's time of 10 minutes is looking far from safe.
Ellie, it hurts to say it, but you are in the danger zone.
Hey, look, but nothing's guaranteed. Even Kyle isn't safe yet because we still have 6 more attackers to go. It's unlikely, but if they all finish in under 2 minutes, he's going to be out too.
I think the defenders will have something to say about that.
I'm here to blast you!
You can always rely on Skabb to get to the point.
Splat, splat-tastic, splatterific, splat...
Are you just playing my splatometer?
Of course not, no. I was just doing a roundup of the show while you went to the loo.
Oh, right, good. Well, pop on your hat and do some splat stats.
Of course. 12 attackers began the tournament. This is where it gets tasty, because only the fastest 6 will survive. So from now on, attackers will start to get eliminated. The defenders are still in play, and it's their mission to protect the Splatalot kingdom. And the harder they defend, the higher the splat count.
You have been playing with it.
Here's the leaderboard as it stands.
Our first 6 attackers have done all they can now. Kyle is in the driving seat, and Ellie is hanging onto the roof rack, so to speak.
But don't think for 1 minute the defenders will make it easy for the remaining attackers.
Let's get started!
I hate yogurt!
Oh, and now I would imagine she hates barrels.
Well, it was only barrel number 2. She might have nothing against the rest.
Where are you, my dear?
Ah! I like the name Sydney. I also like the name Splat.
Yeah, but that's coming from someone named Skabb.
Well, she survived Skabb's name-calling, but how will Sydney do on the mace? Oh, gastrocombustulate! Yeah, she's gone down under. Sydney down under. You know, Sydney down under.
Yeah,
Sydney.
look, repeating it doesn't make it funny. Remember, Kyle proved the impossible incline isn't impossible. But that doesn't help Sydney.
We have to start calling it the improbable incline. The not impossible but very hard incline.
But you know, you're impossible sometimes. Now, can Sydney survive Ballista's water cannon attack?
Well, she's just about drunk half of it. It's an interesting tactic.
Oh, but it's the same old disappointing result. She won't thank Ballista for that.
You're welcome.
No, Ballista, I said she won't thank you for that.
But we can thank Sydney for finishing in 6:44. It's good enough for now.
This is gonna be crazy!
Do you think this is going to be crazy?
Ooh, well, it's a crazy start. Jackie launched herself headlong into those barrels. It certainly wasn't a sensible move.
This isn't sensible either. She can't afford to waste this amount of time.
I hate girly screams. They make me feel dizzy.
I don't know what Skabb means. I wouldn't call Jackie a girly screamer.
I wouldn't disagree with Skabb either.
You're right, she's a girly screamer who's not getting very far up this slope.
So let's move on to the mace. Will she do any better?
Well, the short answer is Nunu's.
And the long answer is check out Skabb's Splatzuka skills. He even hits Jackie after she's fallen.
Nitrous sensing defeat here. Jackie really needs to cross the battle axes in one attempt.
Ready or not, here you fall.
Ballista now joining in on the fun.
Bewattled jackanapes! She's back in the splurge!
Well, that was never going to work, and just like Ellie, she loses a shoe. What a pair.
Jackie's a true fighter, but the new time to beat is 6:44, and that's just beaten her. So it's Boo-Boo Jackie.
And hoo-hoo, Stephen.
I like turtles.
And he seems to like the barrels. Oh, so close.
Hey, Steven. Hi. Are you scared, Steven? I'm here to blast you!
Skabb's really up for it today. Kyber-goo!
Kyber-goo indeed. He's proving to be splat on with that Splatzuka.
I tell you what, with Skabb in this mood, who'd want to be an attacker today?
Jamie, that's who.
Booyah, Chaka!
You need to fall off now!
Curry! Oh, and that's another direct hit from Skabb. He's on target.
And Jamie's on target for the moat. Bless his cottons.
Oh, down he goes. I put extra ice in the water this morning for you, Jamie.
Maybe Skabb should just stick to firing his Splatzuka.
Elisa's now doing a bit with the water cannon, but Jamie's crossed the bridge.
And even this far away, Skabb isn't giving up. He's got Jamie yet again.
Bomb, 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 bomb! Naffa.
Oh, got him.
The defenders have upped their game in the second half.
Perfect 10 for Melissa.
Even so, Jamie gets home in 2:57, and even Stephen finishes in a good time.
To the moon!
Well, that's easy for you to say, Deken.
And Deken also makes the barrels look easy. This could be good.
I'm Skabb.
Skabb still hitting every attacker on the course, but Deken has now made it over the mace.
Well, the incline will get him. Oh,
Oh, yeah?
oh yeah, he's now hopping over the battle axes too.
Like a kangaranga wanga.
Hey, I do the graphics. Not bad though, actually.
Here now, can he clear the moat? Incredible, he can, and that means we have a splat-free round there from Deken, the first of the day.
We'll get you next round.
Oh, and that's why they're in a terrible mood. Deken finishes in just 43 seconds!
Crustentatious.
Well, how'd you follow that?
With our final attacker, Kirsten, I suppose.
Ready or not, here I come.
Apparently, Kirsten can solve a Rubik's Cube in under a minute. Hiccup!
Oh, she's not too good with round cylindrical objects, is she? So she can do a cube in the time it took Deken to finish the course.
Kirsten now has a time to beat of 3:27 to qualify, so she's already struggling.
Ooh, mungo sploosh. Still a splats go. It was a good one.
Now, the impossible incline may be ever so slightly less impossible than we thought, but it's still the obstacle that catches most attackers out.
And gets the highest number of splats on the splatogram.
Splatometer! Yes, the splatometer has been working overtime today thanks to that little slope. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, Dom. I'm inclined to agree with you.
Is that supposed to be funny?
I'm inclined to think it is.
Well, I'm inclined to think you're going a bit nuts.
I'm just inclined.
So the fastest attackers are Deken, Kyle, Amy, Sam, Jamie, and Stephen.
Westlife.
And they'll be battling out in the stockade, which looks like this.
This one's for you, buddy.
Yes, it's going to get very, very splatty.
Dom,
Yes.
you know, sometimes the Splatalot rules can be a bit hard to grasp.
Yes.
And, well, you really know your stuff.
Yes.
So I was wondering if you could clear something up for me.
What?
That pie in your face. It's time for the stockade. 6 will enter, but only 4 will leave. And here are those 6. Deken, Kyle, Amy, Sam, Jamie, and Stephen, who collectively posted the fastest times in Splatalot history. Although this is only the first series.
Still carrots.
Do you think Splatalot will still be around in 100 years' time?
Oh, yes. But then by then it'll be in 4D and set in space.
What's 4D?
Oh, better than 3D, innit? Is it? Right, back to planet Earth. Here's the stockade where the attackers are strapped to the spinning wheel of certain doom.
Once dizzy, they then stumble over to the ladder rungs. These rungs help build a ladder, but only certain rungs fit certain slots.
Once their ladder is built, the attackers can retrieve one of 4 flags strapped to the annihilating arm and make their way to victory. Only 4 flags, you say?
Yeah.
That means 2 attackers won't survive.
Yeah.
It's almost as if these Splatalot rules have been designed to make the contest even more dramatic.
Yes. And to add even more tension, here are the stockade defenders Shaden, the vain Viking Gildar. I mean, who does he think he is? And Kookaburra.
One flap, and you're on your back.
You'll never get past us. We are fearless.
Remember, all attackers begin strapped to the wheel, and this is how they line up.
Stephen is in the orange. Deken's in the lavender. He didn't want to be, but we just wanted to put him in his place after his amazing first round.
The defenders can't wait to get at him.
Then there's Amy in the pink, Kyle in the red, Sam in the light blue with the foam trimmings. Shut your mouth, Sam. And Jamie. Who knows what colour that is?
The foam is flowing.
And they're off.
Shaden is already on the attack with the slime stick.
Slime time!
Well, it looks like foam o'clock to me.
It's slippier than a greasy eel wearing slippers.
I need time to take that all in. Oh, conkers!
Mind your step, attackers.
Oh, Kookaburra's throwing arm is spot on. Dublin! Amy takes a right splat in. There's no hiding place in the stockade.
Jamie hanging onto the arm, which leaves him going round in circles.
And once more, Kookaburra gets a direct hit with a paint grenade. This time, Jamie is the victim, and down he slides.
Shaden prefers the slime stick and takes out Deken. And Kookaburra's now splatted Stephen.
It seems he's more accurate when he's hysterical.
I've only ever seen him hysterical. And if hysterical Kook wasn't enough, the annihilating arm is kicking in too.
Arms don't kick.
Whatever. So here's some progress from the very foamy Jamie.
This one's for you, buddy.
Oh! Good show! Skabb couldn't miss in round 1. Now Kookaburra's splatting for fun in round 2.
Gildar, you magnificent Viking, you've really done it again.
Oh, I wonder when Gildar would chip in. I think he feels left out today.
But he is foaming spectacularly.
And the splat count is going through the roof.
There is no roof.
You know, as a professional Viking, I feel it's important to combine my brute strength with my natural charm. It's something you don't see every day.
Yeah.
Hey, Gildar. Less talking, more splatting, pretty boy.
Process. One put down from Shaden and Gobby Gildar shuts up.
No, he's just concentrating on the splat in hand. And let's face it, he's doing a great job up there. He has really slowed the attackers down. I think the defenders are bossing this one.
Careful you don't slip.
Hey, Orange! Orange, you glad I'm pretty?
I don't get it.
What's worse, Kookaburra telling it or Gildar not getting it?
I didn't get it either.
Finally, Stephen has got it. He's almost built his ladder.
Yum!
Yum.
Thanks. Kook's not holding back today, is he?
Tastes good, doesn't it, mate?
Now there's a classic maneuver. The annihilating arm hurdle splat. Textbook.
Yeah, brother, you right?
Stephen is the first to make a grab for a flag. And yes, he gets it.
Looks like Jamie won't be too far behind.
And Deken is finishing his ladder too.
And Stephen's made it.
Hey, up here.
Oh, he's looked up. That is such a schoolboy error from Deken.
Does this weapon make my triceps look bigger?
Well, his head's getting bigger, and even his fellow defenders don't know where to look.
And once again, Gildar's antics have given the attackers a chance to make some progress. Jamie's got the second flag.
Which means he's the second one through. And Deken's on his way to... Oh, Erpley!
On his way into his own ladder. Ooh.
And now Kyle grabs the last flag. The round is almost over.
Not before some more splatting. Deken's found the second round much harder, but he's through.
And so is Kyle. So that's it. Round 2 is complete.
Farewell to Amy. And so long to Sam.
Which means Deken, Kyle, Jamie and Stephen go through.
Now that was something else. What was it? Okay, so what was it then if it was something else?
Kumquat. So now we have our 4 finalists who are about to compete for the coveted Kumquat
Crown.
crown. Yes. The final won't have any kumquats, but there'll be plenty of thwacks, splashes and splats.
Say,
And, of course, it will produce a new king of Splatalot.
Well, that last round really was the cat's pyjamas.
Interesting turn of phrase.
Oh, yes, there's a fascinating story behind it. You see...
Sorry, Dom. I need to stop you there.
What is it?
Oh, nothing. I just need to stop you. Remember, the final is only seconds away.
You're right, let's focus on the finalists. Deken was by far the fastest over the mode, but then Stephen was first to capture the flag in round 2. What?
I'm just thinking about cats in pyjamas. Right, where were we? Oh, yes, back to our final 4 finalists, who are Deken, Kyle, Jamie, and Stephen.
It's a very strong lineup.
Absolutely, all 6 of them.
There are 4 attackers.
Yes, but I'm talking about the 6 defenders. We've got Nitrous, Gildar, Shaden, Kookaburra, and Ballista. And replacing Skabb is Tinkor.
Oh, that's...
Sorry, Dom, I need to stop you there, because apparently Skabb has fled the castle in shame.
Oh.
The other defenders found his driving licence and discovered his real name is Allan.
Allan, the barbarian. Not really as scary as Skabb, is it?
And certainly not as scary as the final course. First, the attackers have to slide down the paralysing poles into the foam pit.
Next come the terrible teeters, followed by the barrier, and then it's on to the bouncy boys.
The cannons will be firing on all cylinders to slow down any attempt up the water wall, which is the last barrier between the attackers and their crown.
Oh, dear.
And the defenders are really rubbing it in. Poor Skabb.
So from left to right, we have Deken, Kyle, Stephen and Jamie. And they're off, down the poles, and the slime buckets await.
So do the teeters, always tricky.
Slime time, buddy.
Do you think he just eats sugar all day?
So let's see some tottering. Ain't got none.
Yes, Deken is creaking.
And like that gag, he disappears without a trace.
And so does Stephen, who's leaving.
Yeah, I do the bad gags.
Sorry.
It seems as if it's a little bit chilly.
I think Kookaburra's referring to the temperature of Police's water cannon.
But her aim is red hot.
I'm lukewarm about that comment.
Water cannon or not, the attackers are really struggling to cross the teeters.
It's a teeter fest out there. Splooshy. Splashy. But this is more promising. Deken is making a move.
Oh, cackalack, but it's not a good move, and that starts a domino effect. Down goes Jamie, and then Kyle.
Deken takes a splashing, but he shrugs it off.
This guy?
And Deken is up and then down.
Did he just get me wet? You got my hair wet.
No one messes with Gildar's hair, and so Deken retreats back to the teeters. Boom, Mandy Dingle. Oh, maybe this time Stephen will make it. Despite Shaden's attempts, Stephen hops onto the barrier.
This one's for me. And this one's for all of you watching at home.
Is that the sound of a nation blowing chunks?
Tinkle now wading in, proving he's not just making up the numbers. Hoo, Ostend.
How about a little showering off, my dear?
Now, there's no point showering if Tinkle's still splashing. And Jamie about to go sploot.
Say,
Pinpoint lunacy from Kookaburra yet again.
Deken still creaking.
You're still not funny.
And Stephen still leaving the rest behind.
Jamie and Kyle still falling and still splatting Muffin. Croissant.
Stephen now about to make his move.
I think Tinkle's made it for him.
But he's over. Just the water wall to go now.
He's almost sprinting up there.
No one can touch him now. And yes, Stephen takes the crown and becomes the new king of Splatalot.
Bad luck, defenders. And all hail King Stephen. Woohoo!
Ah, what a worthy champion. Stephen was way ahead of the competition.
Yes, but spare a thought for the defenders. They put their heart and soul into today's tournament. Kookaburra was great in the stockade, and Skabb was amazing in round one.
Skabb, don't you mean, Allan?
Look, how would you like it if I told the whole world your real name was Gloria?
Here's Splash of the Day. That was our little secret.
Look, I'm sure only the whole nation heard. Now, remember round one when Jacqueline attempted the splits on the battle axes?
Oh, never advisable.
Splits led to splats.
And a splatometer reading of splatostrophic.
Is that the highest setting?
Unofficially, they can go up to splatasmagorical. You didn't hear that from me.
Yes, I did, just then.
Shut up! Here's how Stephen got crowned. He didn't master the mace.
And he got splattered in the stockade, but he dug deep and emerged victorious.
Then in the final round, he led all the way, which means he can say...
I'm the king of the castle!
Will you stop it with those rhymes?
It isn't a crime.